Umrah. We all dream of going on Umrah, and I had the chance to go last year, just before the pandemic broke out. These are the lessons that I learned. Okay, so when I went for Umrah, I have to be honest with you guys, I was really confused. I couldn't understand why Allah was choosing for me to go then. I felt like I was in the lowest point of my life as a Muslim. I felt really out of touch with Islam. I felt really weak. I mean, looking back now, of course, that's the reason why He invited me, right? Because He wanted to give me some strength. But at that time, I was just really angry at myself. Why was I going on Umrah at a time where I knew I couldn't give the worship that I wanted to give to Allah? I knew I was going at a time where I wouldn't be able to absorb everything that this experience should be. Just going there very angry and confused and dazed, actually. And I think when I actually got there, I was hoping for these kind of life-changing experiences. And to tell you the truth, I didn't get them. I saw other people crying and fainting and everything when they, first saw the Kaaba or first entered the Masjid al-Haram. But that didn't happen to me. I didn't really understand my lessons until months after I came back from Umrah. And I think that's what I'm going to share with you today. Some of the most amazing lessons that I realized that I got now are from the times when I was making Sunnah Tawwaf. Okay, you have your wajib Tawwaf that you're supposed to do with your Umrah, and then you can go back as many times as you want to make Sunnah Tawwaf, right? So each time that I went back, I realized now that each Tawwaf was a reflection of life. Sometimes in life you have it easy. So some days when I went for Tawwaf, it was a nice evening. It wasn't too hot. There weren't a lot of people. And it was easy to go around and to, make that Tawwaf. But one thing that I realized is that I couldn't see Kaaba. I couldn't see the black stone. And I couldn't see those wonderful things that you should be able to see when there's not a lot of people around, right? But I still couldn't get near it. I just knew that, okay, today's Tawwaf is a little bit easier. And it's like those times in life when, everything seems okay. Life is going okay, work is going okay, friendships, family, everything seems to be going okay. But guess what? Those are the times when you tend to forget Allah the most, right? When things are okay, you're not making as much istighfar. When things are okay, you're not, making as much dua. So yeah, it's like that. It's like those times. And then there were other times when, I went for Tawwaf and there was a ton of people. Yeah, you could still kind of slot yourself in and go with the rhythm of the people walking. But there was definitely times when I went and, I was just getting shoved around, Anyone who's ever gone, you'll remember those extremely sturdy women. And it's usually sturdy women, is extremely sturdy women who go in groups. And I'm not really sure where they're from, but they look like they might be Turkish. But anyway, they go around together and, they're always saying their dhikr and their Quran. So it's easy to hear them. And basically they sound like a troop anyways. You hear them and either you get out of their way or they're going to shove you out of the way. So yeah, so those times, it was like half. Half I was trying to do my worship and the other half I was like trying not to get trampled. So I realized that those are like the times when you have challenges in your life, right? You can still go through the motions of life and you can still, do what you need to do. But then when problems arise, you have a choice, Either you go head on and face the challenge, which you do have to do sometimes, or you find a creative, different solution to solve the problem, right? So that's what that kind of Tawwaf reminded me of. Now, the last kind of Tawwaf that I want to tell you guys about is the one that really changed me after I realized what had happened to me. It's during those Tawwaf that everything is just so, I want to say friggin'. It was during those times that it was just so very chaotic and packed. Like, you're not walking, you're just basically being like pushed along. You're going through, you're going with this rhythm, right? The tawaf usually has this rhythm, and you're just going along with the rhythm, because if you stop, you're going to be stepped on. If you go too fast, you're going to be shoved back. So there's this rhythm sometimes. And it was in those times that I was just like, okay, forget it. This tawaf is not working out. It's not going to count for me. I give up, you know, this tawaf, I cannot. So I would just, you know, do whatever I could, the prayers that I remembered, the little bit of dhikr that I remembered, not really caring even who was with me, because I probably lost them already anyway. So it was like, when I gave up, I actually was pushed towards the Kaaba. And that was the time when I actually got to see the black stone up close. And I was actually pressed right up against that structure thing that holds the footprints of Prophet Ibrahim. And I was actually told, look inside, look inside. And I was like, look inside of what? I'm trying not to get trampled on. And I looked inside and I was like, oh my God, there's footprints. Oh my God, I think I'm at the footprints, you know? So I realized that in the chaos of life, when I am about to give up, or when I've already given up, I realize that's when Allah is with me. It's when Allah is the one who is guiding me when I think that I'm out of control. It's Allah that is, you know, controlling every little push and every little shove and every little bit of chaos for me to actually go closer to Him. For me to go closer to Him, to get my strength from Him, to realize and to understand that in the times when I'm the most lost, and in the times when I think that I'm a lost cause, He's with me. He's with me. So yeah, those are the lessons that I learned on my Umrah. I believe that Allah makes these special trips and events different for everyone. You will get the lessons that you were meant to get, and I got the lessons that I was meant to learn. And I pray that each and every one of us get to go for Hajj and Umrah, you know, because whether you realize it then or not, like me, it is a life-changing experience. It is something that is going to change the course of your life. It's just only if you're able to reflect, you know? So yeah, so thank you for joining me for this first video. I hope that it was beneficial and a good reminder for many of you, like it is a good reminder for me. In the next video, I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't hate the Arabs while you're on Umrah. I learned to love them. So let's see if I can convince you. See you in the next episode.